Leo, welcome to your 3-month overview, April, May, June. What's up? What's going on? We're going to start by going over the board I'm using for you and all 12 signs. That way we're all on the same page. We'll start your reading by taking a look at you for the month of April for the Emperor, currently Aries season. Yeah. Going into May 5, the Hierophant. And then, of course, June 6, the Lovers. Bottom row, those energies I like to take a look at when we do the 3-month overview. The Sun, obviously. Are we happy? Right? Are we living it? Are we loving it? Or perhaps our idea of the sun is changing, which is very common, and that's why I look at it. And the Tower. Anything unexpected that we should know about over the next several months. Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not, but do keep in mind, obviously the 3-month overview is future-oriented. That being said, back here in March, do you have an idea of what to expect over the next several months? Yes, of course you do. But we're here to see the stuff we don't know about, in as much as the confirmation pieces. But like I said, we must do our best. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Okay. Show me Leo in April. Show me Leo in April. Two of Swords, the World. Eight of Swords. Oh, I'm certain. Six of Swords. I got it. The Sun. And Four of Wands. That's very distinct. Man, what's up? The opening for you, though, I have no doubt. So Two of Swords, all that confusion, all that uncertainty, I don't know. Procrastination, put it off. That is the antithesis of a fixed sign, particularly you. No. We don't like undecided anything, do we? Fixed signs, no. But you, above all, no. You're much more likely to take charge, lead the way. It is very hard for you to live with, I don't know. Leo cannot live on this. Shrug. It's all shoulders. It's all shoulders in a situation here. It's a relationship situation. Four of Wands is two people define it. So I don't know how it was defined. Marriage, long-term partnership, short-term, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I don't care. It's a relationship. As you defined it with that person, and you're no longer interested in defining it. That's it. I can't live with shoulders. That's all you got. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know if you want this. You don't know if it makes you happy. Okay. It kind of answers your question, doesn't it? That's what I wish people would understand about indecision. It is an answer. Even while they insist they don't have an answer. That's why it's hard for me to respect it, you know? If people understood I don't know means no, life would be, I think, a lot easier. But we're human beings. We are prone to things like self-doubt and mixed emotions. We all need time to think, yes. But there is a point on our timeline where that time to think has come and gone. At some point, we have to hold ourselves responsible for having a fucking answer. Right? Especially when it involves two people. Their sense of home, stability, care, love, nurturing, etc. Do we have a present? Do we have a future? We deserve to know, right? People deserve to know. So this, naturally, it wasn't working for you. Okay, naturally. Okay. Oh, I got to be mindful of that. I have traumatic collarbone, so when I do this, it looks... it pops. That's just I have a wide frame. Don't worry about it. Yeah, honey, people comment about the weirdest shit. Just because I'm used to it doesn't mean other people are. So I'm just being preemptive there. That is normal for me. That popping collarbone. Oh, honey, you should see it at the gym. Oh, I get stares. All right, Two of Swords, Eight of Swords of the World. Oh yeah, no, we done, boo-boo. I'm not saying it was easy. I'm not saying you enjoyed yourself. I'm not saying you had fun with this. It's for you, knowing you, this is probably what it felt like when you had to make the decision finally, because they weren't going to. Disgust. Disgust that you had to. Disgust that you had to think for two people, make a decision for two people, lead for two people, because, honey, even Taurus, who is the most patient of the fixed signs, can't live in indecision either. It's fixed. We need to know what we're doing. I say we because I'm a fixed sign as well. Okay, so that's it. This is a former This is a form of representation of sunshine and happiness. You understand? Six of Swords. Now, even when I say Six of Swords, and I'm pretty damn generous with the Six of Swords, I'll see it and I'll be like, maybe it's transitional, temporary space. It's quite the gap of space, but it's not always permanent. I say it all the time. In this context with the world, it's like, I'll make a decision then. Right? That's nothing but blindness. The inability. If that's your partner's major response to everything, it's got to be exhausting, guys. Oh my God. And I don't think it was premature. No. Like, I gave you 2 days to figure this out, and here we are, third day, and you still don't know nothing. I'm out of here. No. 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 I sincerely doubt that was the case. No. I think there was plenty of time in that situation. I'll get more details later. Don't you worry about it. But for now, let's move on. Show me Leo in May, please. The High Priestess. It's like I just looked down and the way that card was staring back at me. It's like, you better include me. It's like, okay. 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups. Yeah. Intuitively, you feel that you are on your own and that you've been emotionally detaching from this for a long time, and that occurs to you. Not so much as a thought, but as a feeling. It's like, I think I've felt alone this whole time. No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's the weirdest feeling in the world. That's why you got to pick your partners carefully, guys. You have got to be so careful when you're picking them partners. You end up in a relationship that's technically a relationship, but you might still feel alone, and that's the worst type. I'd rather be alone than feel lonely next to somebody. You know? That's what... Oh, yeah. I've been feeling lonely, and whatever that is. I get it. Okay, so that occurs to you in May. All right. I want to give it a couple more shuffles. Page of Cups, the Moon, Ace of Pentacles. While you're working. May energies, you'll be working. Oh, yeah. I was going to check on that anyway. I always want to see where people are 3D-wise. But yeah, you'll be working. Something comes through that's unexpected. It's not threatening. It's not like the Tower. But something's coming through. Page of Cups, the Moon. You just can't see it, especially if you've been preoccupied at work in May, and it looks like you will be. In fact, I suspect many of you will have a height of working energies around May, June. But Page of Cups, the Moon. Yeah, something comes through unexpectedly. It might be Page of Cups in its smallest form. Given what I've just seen, my first guess would be an apology. That's the littlest cup you can get, but it's unexpected. Okay. All right. We'll get back to it. We'll get back to these things, I promise. There's more to coax out, I promise you. We're just getting started. Show me Leo, please, in June. That's why I prefer in-depth tarot. It really allows me to coax out a bigger picture. The Star, Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. You're feeling better, personally. Good. 9 of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. And then at the same time protecting yourself. Okay, I understand. It looks like you're really focusing on getting grounded in June. And you're doing a great job. You are. I strongly suspect, like I said, you're going to have a height of work energies around the May-June period. It's all part of who you are, part of your life, part of your star path. All right, but you personally seem to be feeling better. But you're also showing me the outward need to protect yourself. 9 of Swords, Knight of Swords, 7 of Wands. You're deflecting a lot of noise. You don't want it to touch you. It causes you anxiety. Okay. All right. But please, yes, by all means, maintain your star. You got a vision. It's a strong vision. You're actually quite grounded in it. There's a lot of work to do there, but as you work towards your dream, your vision, simultaneously, you continue to work on your own aspects of self-worth and reinforce your principles of grounding. So it's a good, healthy feedback system. You keep at that. But yeah, I do see your external side get agitated. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Whenever this is, I believe, that tries to make contact with you, you just wish it would leave you alone. Okay. Okay. You know, I never know what I expect. Sometimes I'll do a round of 3 months and all the stuff I don't expect to see. Oh, people are just falling in love left and right, da-da-da. And then I sit down, I'm like, okay, all right, maybe people are in the mood and they'll show me more of the lovers. And some folks have, but I'll tell you what, people seem to be determined to close things out this season. And also defending their spaces and protecting themselves, and seeing a lot of manipulative behaviors fly around, to be honest. Oh, the sun. I don't know, that's manipulative, but it does seem to be a bit persistent, and I don't think you want to hear it. The sun. Okay. Queen of Wands. Da-da-da-da. The Chariot. King of Cups. Oh, yeah. No, of course, darling, of course. Look at you. Look at you. Oh, you sexy thing. You're an emotional thing, too. Got a fair amount of water in there. Queen of Wands, the Chariot, King of Cups. You very much desire to be on the path of love again one day. That's part of your sun. In other words, that tells me that's something that you would like to get back on track with in terms of your personal sense of happiness. It doesn't mean that you were rushing towards it. It doesn't mean you're forcing it to happen. On the contrary, I don't see that at all. I don't see you trying to jump into anyone's cup, any new person's cup at all. In fact, I think you just want some peace and freaking quiet as you go through this period of closing this out and you concentrate on work. You still have dreams and goals there, aspirations that you still endeavor to meet, more so May and June. Okay. But I do see what looks like something. It's like keeps trying to hit your peripheral, it bats you around the head, and you just, like that. But beyond that, pushing beyond that, honey, for the sun, do you want to be on a path of love again? Absolutely. Path of attraction, specifically. Yes, you do. You got so much in you. Your lovely fire and a very big heart. I know. You like to be on that path. For some of you, your first indications for that might be July. FYI. Not an absolute, but in terms of you're on that road where you can see it. You can feel the direction of that sun where it's turning. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Those negative energies, man, they hit me when I put them down sometimes. It affects me, you know. Not to the extent it affects you. Okay. Well, my assessment went from it's non-threatening, and it's not shadowy or obsessive, too shadowy, to it gets worse. They are attaching their sense of happiness to yours. The Shadow, Two of Cups, Three of Wands. Oh. It went from an unexpected, small, polite apology to a full-on, it's bothering you now, pestering you for attention. Think about me, think about me, think about me. 2, I have now attached my sense of happiness to you permanently, and I will wait for you indefinitely. So we got an obsessed one. Damn it. Right here is where it starts in May. Persistent, June. It looks like that person's content to wait on you for the rest of their life. It's interesting because your emotional goals move outwards. Theirs tries to drive further inwards to you. So they're attaching their happiness to you, and it waits. It's going to wait there. Honestly, this is why it pays to know thyself. Honestly. They had you. You cannot dismiss, cycle out, what you do not have. You had something with them. You closed it out, largely, primarily due to reasons of indecision, farting around, can't get out of their head, procrastination. So you did what I expected of you to do, and for you to expect of yourself, is that you made a decision for 2 people. Because like I said, you can't live with I don't knows. You're over here doing your thing, and you had a feeling. You had a feeling anyway, and that hits you, washes over you at the top of May, right here at the top. You had a feeling that you were going to have to go your own way. You had a feeling you would be on your own outside of this, because you already kind of felt like you were on your own when you were in it. Kind of felt like an empty relationship. I don't know how long. We'll get there. I'm going to let them talk. But okay, you get a little something in May. I'm sorry, Leo. And it was unexpected. Fine. That should not stop you from working on that vision. It's a sound vision. You do well for it. It does well for you. I love that. But then I say you could become increasingly agitated when you're trying to get in your zone. Okay? You're trying to get your zen and stay in your damn zen. And that's where I want you to be. But then you start getting agitated. Deflecting. That's why. Oh, gosh. Why, Leo? Why? Nothing's wrong with your mic. I intentionally cut out my vocals. No, but why? They had you. Romanticizing what they had, and now it's like after it's done, oh, it was everything to me. No, it wasn't. It wasn't everything to you when you were with them, and now it's everything to you after they cut you out. Anyway, Tower. Oh yes, by all means, let's go ahead. Let's take a look-see. Let's take a look at that old tower there. What the hell is going on? What is going on? It's just going around. The manipulation, the entitlement, the obsession. What the hell is going on? Now, mind you, I started with Sag today. Sometimes I mix things up on my end, okay? But they had a very sharp profile, someone new, so I was happy to see that for them. They deserved it, poor things. But I'll tell you what. This weird sense of, I'm not going to let this go. It means more to me now that it's gone. I'm going to have unnecessary expectations put onto the other person and call it reasonable. I'm so sick of it. Anyway. I don't know. Okay. 2 of Swords, Queen of Cups, Page of Wands. Yeah. 4 of Wands. Let's guess what your Tower moment was, shall we? 9 of Cups, the Sun. To be fair, it's a flip. It's a flip on its fucking head. Okay? To be fair, you were a Leo that up until a certain point on your timeline, you really thought this was going to be a happy thing. You really thought this was going to be a sun element in your life. You know that goal you had to drive towards love, like good love, pure love that hits the open road. I'm open to giving and receiving both ways. It's the real deal. To be fair, you thought that's where this was headed. And then you were met, it looks like, with a non-committal heart. Someone who was less certain. I think you two hit that point where you reached a kind of conversation around emotionality. This is how I feel. This pleases me. I would love to see this in my life as a relationship. So here we're talking about perhaps you're at that point where we're talking about emotional loyalty, setting in that boundaries, those expectations for relationship endeavors, present and into the future. I think that's where you two got. In other words, I don't think it was full-on commitment. It could be as you see fit. But yeah, Four of Wands, Nine of Cups, the Sun, where you're like, I'm ready to see this as a permanent fixture in my life of love and happiness. What say ye? How about you? And it's like they could not commit their heart. Two of Swords, Queen of Cups, Page of Wands. That's an unfortunate Queen of Cups. Someone who remained extremely uncertain, unhesitant, or too afraid to open up. Now listen, this is why I warn people all the time. Going slow can cause as much peril as going too fast. Typically, this is what it looks like when people say, I'm going to go slow, but they have no healing behind it. They just think slowing things down is the magic to everything. It's not. If you haven't done the work, your heart remains unhealed, and all you do is drag things out. That's it. Going slow usually means I'm being conservative with my heart, and I don't know why. I'm too afraid to open up and be vulnerable, and I don't know why, etc. And that's my first impression here with this Queen of Cups that you said was all swords to you. All swords. No indication of their thoughts or feelings. You were ready to talk emotional loyalty and happily ever after. They were like, I don't know about that. And I bet you heard it from this person. I just trying to protect my heart. I'm just trying to go slow. In other words, they had painful experiences, and I respect that, but they didn't learn from them either. And I don't respect that. In other words, hurt people turn around and hurt people. I got a lot on that tower just from your April opening. It's pretty consistent. I think you can see that for yourself. Well, I think you can see that for yourself, the common overlap of elements. There's how you perceived it, and there's what was actually going on emotionally. So yeah, of course, you're not going to continue to pinpoint someone for your present and future happiness if they can't tell you how they feel. You either love someone or you don't. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Love is an absolute. It either is or it isn't. You either feel it or you don't. But you can't do that, well, I'm being safe with my heart. So you don't have feelings. Well, I feel... I understand you're becoming upset, so I'm trying to give you something to give you a reason to believe that I feel something like you do, but I can't absolutely commit to it either. And do you hear that wishy-washy bullshit language? They're not ready. They thought they could play it safe, but in fact, they shot themselves in the foot. Again, I have nothing but sympathy for someone who's been hurt that bad that they're terrified to open up. But that's where you were. That's where they're not. And instead of them owning it, you did it for them. You had to. It's called self-preservation. You don't want to continue to harm your own interests with someone else who isn't quite sure. You got it? Are we all on the same page? Like I said, it can jump around, but my job is to tie it together. And your tower ties up to April like this. It shocked the hell out of you. But rather, not their lack of feeling, but what shocked you is that they honestly didn't know or didn't know how to express any of this to you. Like you were dumbfounded, gobsmacked, right? Like I was ready to move this forward. I was ready to call this happily ever after, and you're... So when you said that you love me, or that you see spending your life with me, and now here we are trying to formalize it, and you're taking it all back? Because that's what happened. Something like that. And now, look what happened. Look what happened. Hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is our biggest teacher. Hindsight is also a bitch. And let me tell you something. Three of Wands, Two of Cups, the Shadow. They're still... I'm sorry, they're clearly recreating another dynamic they had with someone else with you. So instead of healing from it and resolving those issues, they're just recreating it another way. I'm sure they pined over the other one before you that got away, and now they're going to be pining over you. So this is why, guys, let that be a lesson to you. I'm sure you've already figured this lesson out for yourself, because you saved yourself so much damage and years of emotional confusion and turmoil for someone who isn't quite sure. But let that be a lesson to you. Do your fucking healing. This is why you don't jump in and out of cups, and you don't jump in and out of beds for this reason right here. And by cups, I mean hearts. You don't fall in and out of love like an idiot, or try not to, and try not to jump in and out of somebody's beds, because eventually feelings catch up to you in some way. You got to heal in between things, and I don't think they did. I think your two's connection was probably seamless between you and their last relationship, or even if it wasn't, they didn't do the work. They probably sat there and focused on how hurt they are, you know? Because now they're doing it again with you. They're holding you responsible for their happiness. It's like, why won't they just accept my apology? And then you start to get agitated out here in June. Okay, so that tells me, I'm going to tell you what I told Saggy. Boundaries. Draw that line in the sand. You didn't do a death, honey. You didn't do a death. What you did was, okay, this is not going to proceed further. I'm going to go ahead and close the door on this. And Six of Swords, move away from this idea of you and I having a happily ever after. But you didn't absolutely say, I believe you're out of my life and I don't want to see you again. I don't know that you did that. Because they kind of, a little bit of an apology. And then it shows up more frequently to the point of annoyance. So FYI, yeah, it's unhealthy. And they are waiting for you even at a distance. I hope that eventually they catch on to what they should have done in the previous relationship, and that is heal. Otherwise, they're just going to recreate that with somebody else. Anyway, I am sorry to see all this. You, for your part, I have no doubt you'll be fine. Let's move on. But it helps to have goals, by the way. And it helps to be the person to know it's on you, that in some situation you can't keep everybody. And bless you, I know that you felt that happily ever after relationship start to unfurl. You wanted it to. You thought that's where it was headed, and then they undermine their own effort. They undermine their own connection to you. They don't even trust their own feeling. And that's so unfortunate. And here you are, ready for emotional security. Here you are, ready for relationship security, the very thing that they would need, right? This is what happens, guys, when you don't deal with your fears and you don't deal with your bullshit. You don't deal with your baggage. The very medicine you need, you will reject. Anyway. Knights of Swords, Seven of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. I'm seeing it over here. Even though you can see it coming a mile off, you still defend. You don't have to, you know that. And you get to choose your own level of participation. And that's more or less what you're showing me right here. You don't have to talk and you don't have to take action towards them. You know that. What you're showing me, though, is that you still feel the need to put up your defenses. You showed me that twice. Right here. And Knight of Pentacles, it's like, are they going to keep coming back? Yeah. So remember this, it's not necessarily that you're blocking so much as that you don't owe them anything, true. But they keep feeling free to come back and annoy you at some point, all right? So do more than give a hint. Say absolutely, your energy's not welcome here. I'm sorry you weren't ready for me or us. I've moved on, I suggest you do the same. Something like that, make it clear. Because that's unhealthy. I'm determined to wait for Leo forever. You didn't have to the first time, see? But when you don't have a healthy mindset, you reject the very thing that you desire the most. Peace, stability, love, etc. Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yes, the Hermit. Good for you. No. See, that's what I'm saying. What did I tell you at the intro? I know you don't like this crap. You don't like the Two of Swords, and you don't like the Two of Pentacles. That's not to say we don't fuck around with it from time to time, but we're not very good at it. I tell that to Scorpio all the time. We're not good with this, so don't. You're like, yep, me neither. The Hermit, Ace of Wands, you know ultimately you did the right thing. You know you did. It's a waste of time, energy, and effort to sit there and try to work with somebody who is uncertain, because they're going to remain that way until they're ready to change. And it's not for you to hang around and find out, right? And I have this talk with everybody, all the collectives. It's okay to wait for the right love. It is okay for the wrong person to become the right love. They will never be ready until they understand they want to be ready. And that's for them to figure out on their own, not in connection to you. The Hermit, Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles. You're also, by the way, that's your master symbol with the Ace of Wands and the Hermit. You know, in a way, you're kind of showing me confidence and lessons learned. So you trust yourself. That's good news too. I'm glad that you trust yourself. Four of Wands. We're just going to do some open-ended shuffling here. This unraveled itself over the tower, so I don't need to press it. Four of Wands. Excuse me. Oh, thank you for making your presence known. Shut the hell up. Queen of Wands, Four of Wands. Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, correct. And this is someone who has a healthy mind. Not only do you trust yourself, you did the right thing and you dang well know it. Okay? Yes, you had a moment of being disillusioned and very much hurt. I get that. But you still did the right thing. Good. When you do the right thing, you know it. It registers. You trust yourself more. That experience, let me tell you, is good. Four of Wands, Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. In context to any sort of relationship. Full stop. Not this one. Any sort of relationship. You say in time, you know. In time. You know. You have faith in that. You have faith in your knowledge. Right? You have faith in you. You say it's a matter of time. Oh, yes. You continue on in pursuing your sun minus their exclusion. No, it's just... I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't know what I wanted. It's... you know how it is, some people are in love with desire and unrequited love. They just won't stop making the same mistake. That might be this person as well. They'd rather love somebody in a distance than actually have them in reality. And that is a form of self-sabotage, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Okay, Six. Six of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, communication around work, that's coming up. You anticipate that. I told you. Yeah. I told you it stands. May, June is you're going to see a work increase. Okay, but it's active, it's on point. In fact, you anticipate it. You're saying this is a big point of year for you. Perhaps where you make the most money. Or there's the anticipation of business endeavors. I apologize. Excuse me. I'm going to take a sip. I try to warn people, if you don't like the sound of sipping, turn down your volume, but I think you got it. Okay. In fact, many of you look to this time of year. Let's see, so your business endeavors tend to rise, and you know it, you're familiar with it, you look forward to it in your own way. Okay, very good. All right, what's this then? Yeah, okay, it was the 8. I looked down, I'm seeing the 6 of Pentacles, I said 8. There's the 8. Work is increasing for the next couple of months, Leo. It's part of your star package, though, and you're very accustomed to it. This is the time of year where apparently whatever it is that you do it best and you thrive the most, or it earns you the most profit, and that's very normal in business, where we can count on certain seasons or months of the year to give us the most underlying profit, reputation, notability, contracts, who knows what. But yeah, that's where you are. All right, now I'm trying to hone in on that apology, that little guy. I want to see what the spin is, you know. And don't get me wrong, you're a pretty smart cookie. But I would like to see what entails in 7 of Swords. There it is. It's them talking. The world. 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords in reverse. I don't think closing this out was the right thing to do. Yes, I hesitated. Yes, I had doubts, but that doesn't mean it should have closed out. Page of Cups is in that apology somewhere. I am sorry, I couldn't make up my mind, but I don't think closing it out was the right thing either. I'm sure. The Star, I still have a dream or a vision of us. That's the Moon. That's what it is. Yep. That's the apology. Yep. It's a soft launch of apology, but I still have dreams and vision for us. Yeah, even though I couldn't commit to us further, I still hope that we can ... And so here's the shadows are talking, but it's one of those things where I wasn't prepared to give you what you needed, but I still want to hope and dream and desire that maybe one day we could be. And the thing is, you were trying to work from a frame of healthy absolutes, and they were like, I just want to live in this vague possibility of possible happiness and vision and dreams and desires. I think this person loves to be in love with the fantasy and longing of it, not the actual creation of it. And again, that speaks to someone who's not quite healed, at all healed. Okay. So I wanted to know what the argument was. It's an argument based in fantasy, you know? It might be that it's easier for them to desire someone ultimately they can't have. It's unhealthy. The way they lined up so sweetly, contently to wait for you in such an unhealthy way. That's why I always tell people, don't volunteer and don't ask. You don't do either. If you're asking someone to wait, something's wrong with you. Sorry, something's fucked. No, that's wrong. It's so grossly inappropriate. The only times I can think of an exception for it is like, say, for instance, your partner goes off to war, or they have an extended leave of absence for some reason pertaining to work, and they have to go halfway around the world for 6 months. Okay, these are appropriate. And in which case you're in a partnership, in which case there is a sense of obligation and or responsibility around those decisions. Okay, so it's not even necessarily asking a person to wait, it's just circumstantial. Okay, but most of the time it's like, I need you to wait for me, I just need to find myself while I fuck off to Europe for 2 years. What the hell? What are you talking about? You're asking that, that's so grossly inappropriate, and that speaks to insecurity and poor self-esteem that you would ask anyone to wait, and then to volunteer. The volunteer is the one I see the most, and it is the most destructive. And one where somebody voluntarily waits, no one asked you to. You're living on hope, fantasies, false constructs. It is extremely destructive to the soul. So anyone who volunteers, and you didn't ask them to, honey, no, from your point of view, it's like, okay then, if I'm not the one for you, if I can't start building my dreams and hopes around you, because you were half the plan, I got to go find another plan now. That's what you did, and that's the right thing to do. But that one's going to voluntarily wait, and maybe that's where they want to be, honey. Maybe that's where they're happy. Because they said happiness, the idea of waiting for you makes them happy, even if it's unhealthy. Like I said, some people fall in love with the fantasy. Let me tell you guys, I don't want to tell you because it's disturbing, but how many people send me die-hard love letters? They've never met me. But, right? It's on the screen. I'm at a safe distance. They start to draw up these ideas of who I am. They don't know me. It's disturbing. Some people just want to be in love with a fantasy, not reality. I don't know. It reminded me of that, so excuse me if I share. Sometimes I struggle with that. But I was trying to give you an example of what it looks like. Oh, it keeps us from living life if we hold someone else responsible. Okay, lust, stagnant, I'll be smuckers. There's the apology. Remember that apology here has teeth. Stagnant, lust. I think someone was more comfortable with the pleasures perhaps that they were getting. And it's not just lust, anything that they got attached to in that relationship. Let's say if you were, I don't know, it's your business, that's your decision. But let's say you were providing their sense of resource or funding their lifestyle. We can get lustful about that. We want to continue it. Let's say that you were fulfilling their sexual and maybe even emotional comfort to some extent, and they got a little addicted to greedy with that. But stagnant, the thing is that it wasn't changing. Okay? Perhaps we wanted to enjoy the fruit but not commit to it. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, is stuck, and there's the apology. And it's at a distance. They seem to be determined to love you from a distance now. Okay. Where are we on time? Oh, okay. Archangel Michael, you are protected. You are preventing harm for yourself, and then also you have guides that surround you. And divine intervention. Okay, good. I do see you fending for yourself, right? And I did advise you to perhaps make it a little more clear that you desire zero anything with them. But please know you also have additional protection built into that, all right? It does seem... Down here, I wasn't sure to call it, but now I'm starting to think that's real physical distance, after the separation here. So that's helpful. That is helpful. But that's not to say that they don't persist in your reality for a bit before that distance sets into place. All right. We're going to do a little bit more on the the 3D check. Although you seem to have a good grip on that. Ending. Yeah, ending. And then make it work. Okay. I'm seeing that choice. Now, mind you, these are a little bit more related to career, but they absolutely tie into your opening. End it or make it work. And that also meant to some extent, if you tried to make it work with them, it meant compromising yourself and your goals and your dreams. And I just don't think you wanted to do that. No. And then for them, end it or make it work. Work better, work harder, put more into this other than just having your own sense of pleasures met. Okay. There you go. Star power. You need engaging work that will let your talent shine. Oh, you need it. You got it too. Yeah. I mean, it's literally right here. No, not that. This. Star power. To be clear, this is you personally rebuilding your own sense of self-worth in relation to your personal life. Otherwise, your external world, you have a lot of star power there that is rising during the next several months. You're quite good at it. And you need more visibility this year, something like that, or at least that's the promise you made to yourself, or that's one of your career goals, is to gain more visibility in this work effort. Progress, yes. But your efforts will pay off. Stay on that course. You're making lots of progress in it. Okay, excellent. Well done. We have Q, R, K. We have the Rose of Venus in reverse. Some of you, Leo, might be your Venus placement. I'm not really leaning towards that right now. I'm seeing not proper Venus energy, not proper divine feminine energy, or it's not necessarily female. It's just the emotional piece. It's not proper love or intimacy that's being open, explored, or chosen. Okay, I think it knows how to take relatively well, but doesn't know how to give back. And that's what a confused King and Queen of Cups do. So in their proper state, they represent the fullness of one's emotions. Like, this is me. This is what I feel. I don't deny it. I'm open to giving and exchanging with you if I trust you. And with this person, I really feel like their emotional self was a one-way street. They were willing to take in, but not put back out. And you are offering quite a bit. I know that there are things about them that you loved. I have no doubt. But I don't think it was returned to you, no. And that had become shockingly apparent to you in April. But no, I don't think this was the proper Venus at all. No, the divine feminine. Okay? The recipient, the producer, unconditional love, so on and so forth. Okay, we have Ladybug. Why typically seen as luck always? I know this... Okay, I know this is going to sound bizarre. It's the first time I'm seeing it as someone's symbol. Someone likes ladybugs, collects ladybugs. lots of prints of ladybugs, jewelry, ladybugs. Someone here's a big fan of ladybugs for what they represent, luck. It's like if I have all these ladybugs, I myself might be lucky. Ladybug. Someone's called them ladybug. You're cute like a ladybug. Small, cute. Cutie, patootie, short, petite, ladybug, like it. They attract ladybugs, somebody does. I don't know. Okay. We have the music note. Profession, hobby, or that's how some of you tune. Actually, that's a pretty common practice for a lot of people. Never felt so intuitive as when they're listening to music, and I understand why. Music can be a deeply personal experience. It can take us places, so continue to do that. It's a good practice, and it helps you tune in, okay? Okay, Leo, honey, I do hope this helped you. Congratulations on your rising work over the next several months. You'll be fantastic, busy, and fantastic. I have no doubt, it's another reading, so it wasn't emphasized over the next 3 months. You will get back on the road of love when it's time, when it's appropriate. I think it actually starts to peak outwards on your timeline just after June. I do. It's not obvious, and you're not looking to jump into someone's heart and into their bed right away, nor should you. That's what causes problems, as you know. But somewhere after June, July, August, I think a new path stretches before you. I don't have much evidence of it. I just kind of feel it. And that's the difference between the cards and the intuitive process. Anyway, FYI. And as for this situation, you know, you made a good call. It was a hard call, but you made a good call. You know, I think you adored them, right? But here's the thing with adoration. If it's only one way, it never feels right. You know? There's times in your partnership, you're the adorer and you're the adoree, and then you switch roles. It's hard to be one and the other at the same time. Thing is, it seems like you were always in the position of adoring, and it was their turn. Like, no, but thank you. I hope I can continue to be a recipient of your affections. Just please don't continue to expect me to do the same. But I like being adored by you. Anyway, I hope this helped you. I do. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.